Hi, can you explain me why do we always feel gloomy and sentimental late at night?
I understand how those late night moods can hit hard, especially when things feel a little heavier. I can provide a detailed explanation in a more compact form, around a few paragraphs, that dives into why we might feel gloomy or sentimental during these late hours. When the night settles in, our minds often become more introspective. During the day, we're occupied with tasks, people, and distractions, so the emotions or thoughts we push aside tend to come to the forefront when everything slows down. The absence of daylight can affect our mood, as our body's circadian rhythm is deeply connected to the sun. The lack of light can lead to a sense of isolation, sometimes even sadness, especially for those sensitive to changes in the environment. Sentimentality can emerge because the quiet of the night allows us to reflect on past experiences, both the joyful and the painful ones. We might think about relationships, moments of happiness or regret, and wonder about paths not taken. This is completely normal, but it can feel overwhelming because our minds might replay those memories with a kind of emotional intensity that's harder to shake at night. It's also worth considering that our brain's activity changes during the evening. As we get tired, our emotional regulation might become weaker, making it easier for sadness or nostalgia to emerge. In a way, the night gives our emotions room to breathe, often amplifying them, especially if we're already feeling emotionally vulnerable or stressed.
Is that feeling normal or should we take any action to fix it?
It's completely normal to feel gloomy or sentimental at night, and there's no need to fix it unless it's consistently affecting your well-being. Emotions, including nostalgia and introspection, can actually be a healthy part of processing life. And nighttime often amplifies these feelings because we're alone with our thoughts. So it's okay to let those emotions come and go. However, if those feelings start to feel overwhelming, or if they linger and make it hard to sleep or function, that's when it might be worth finding ways to manage them. Sometimes, people get stuck in patterns of negative thinking, and in those cases, it can help to address those thought cycles or even seek support, whether it's talking to a friend or exploring relaxation techniques.
How bad can the condition go?
The emotional shifts you feel late at night can vary from mild to more intense, depending on your mental health, lifestyle, and any underlying conditions. For some, these feelings are fleeting and manageable, while for others, they might escalate into more serious emotional struggles. In more extreme cases, these nightly moods could signal the beginning of or contribute to conditions like depression or anxiety disorders. If someone experiences persistent feelings of sadness, hopelessness, or excessive worry at night, often coupled with other symptoms like sleep disturbances, changes in appetite, or a lack of energy, it could indicate that there's something more significant going on, like clinical depression. Additionally, for people who already suffer from anxiety, the quietness of night might amplify feelings of unease. The lack of distraction could make worries seem more overwhelming. In severe cases, this could even lead to panic attacks or obsessive thinking, particularly in the absence of coping strategies. The isolation and loneliness people feel at night can also intensify certain emotional patterns, leading to an increase in self-doubt or negative self-talk. In some situations, if these negative feelings aren't addressed, they could even contribute to feelings of emotional numbness or disconnection, both of which are common in depression. But it's important to note that not everyone who feels sentimental or gloomy at night will develop a more serious condition. The key is recognizing patterns and knowing when those feelings are passing or when they're signaling something deeper that might need attention, such as speaking with a counselor or managing stress levels during the day. In the worst cases, if left unchecked, these emotional lows could contribute to sleep disorders, like insomnia, as your mind becomes more active when it should be resting. A lack of good sleep can, in turn, worsen mood and cognitive function the next day, creating a vicious cycle. So, while some late-night gloom is normal, if it starts to interfere with your daily life, or you find it increasingly difficult to manage, it might be a sign that seeking help or improving your nighttime habits could be necessary.
What can we do to take control over this feeling?
When nighttime gloom or sentimental feelings start to feel overwhelming, there are several strategies to help manage them. The key is developing habits and coping mechanisms that can support your mental and emotional health, especially when you're winding down for the night. One of the most effective ways to combat these emotions is through mindfulness and relaxation techniques. Practices like deep breathing, meditation, or gentle yoga can help calm the mind and body, making it easier to shift from stress or anxiety to a more peaceful state. These activities lower your heart rate and help clear your mind of intrusive thoughts, which can make late-night feelings of gloom more manageable. Establishing a bedtime routine that signals to your body it's time to wind down can also help. This might include turning off screens an hour before bed, reading a calming book, or listening to soothing music. The blue light emitted by phones and computers can disrupt melatonin production, making it harder to sleep and leaving your mind more alert. So minimizing screen time at night can be beneficial. Another key factor is sleep hygiene. Keeping a consistent sleep schedule, creating a comfortable sleep environment, and avoiding caffeine or heavy meals before bed can all contribute to better rest and help prevent those late-night emotional lows from creeping in. A lack of sleep can exacerbate feelings of sadness or anxiety, so focusing on good sleep habits is crucial. If feelings of loneliness or isolation are contributing to your nighttime emotions, it might help to reach out to someone you trust. Sometimes, sharing your thoughts or simply having a casual conversation can help you feel less alone. If you find that you're often alone with your thoughts and they become negative, journaling can be a good outlet to process your emotions. Writing things down often helps create distance from the thoughts that seem to linger when you're lying in bed. Building a support system during the day can also make a big difference. If you feel emotionally drained or vulnerable at night, it may be because you haven't processed or dealt with stressors during the day. Regular physical activity, a healthy diet, and talking to friends or family can all help you manage your emotions better throughout the day, reducing the intensity of nighttime feelings. Lastly, if these feelings continue or worsen, seeking professional help can be extremely beneficial. Therapy, whether it's cognitive behavioral therapy or another form of support, can provide tools and techniques to address the root causes of your emotions. A therapist can help you break patterns of negative thinking and teach you coping strategies to use in the moment, especially at night. By taking a combination of proactive steps, you can better manage nighttime gloom and avoid it spiraling into something more serious.
Thanks for today's information.
You're very welcome. I'm glad the information was helpful. If you ever want to talk more about this or anything else, just let me know.